of 3 kids under 6, and our youngest daughter was like a month, old. I have tried to get my arms around even imagining the horror that those parents must have felt to see kids who were their hopes and dreams never come home. And I'm in the business of trying to find the right words to say to people when they face those kinds of tragedies. There aren't any words that do justice to this. So I want to kind of give you where I've been and sort of what I'm thinking about in the future. In terms of where I've been, the 2 principal priorities I've had is, one, if you commit a crime with a gun, you ought to face tough penalties. And I wrote the Armed Career Criminal Law, which stipulates that if you have a record of priors and then you commit another crime with a gun, go away for a long time. And both sides went along with that. And then I've also spent a lot of time working on mental health issues, because it's very obvious that a big part of this has to do with all the holes in the mental health system. And I had a brother who died of schizophrenia a few years back, and we sort of went to bed a big chunk of the nights wondering if he was going to hurt himself or somebody else. And so there are just huge gaps in the mental health system. In the Arizona case, where Gabrielle Giffords was wounded so severely, the mental health system simply failed. I mean, all the warning lights were going off all over town. So we've got to fill those gaps, and also we need to have more services in the community now that you don't have institutional care. Now, with respect to guns themselves, I think the logical place to go now is with these federal databases. We're supposed to have these kind of databases, and there is no reason on earth to not make these computer systems work so you don't end up having somebody who's been irresponsible, has mental problems, ending up with a military-style assault weapon. And to me, you hear all this talk about gun control and the like. That's just gun sense. That's just common sense, that we have enough checks and screens and the like, so that somebody where all the evidence suggests mental problems, irresponsible behavior, they shouldn't get a gun. And to me, that would allow for us to send the message that the Second Amendment is about rights, which I think is what you were touching on, but it's also about responsibilities. It's also about responsibilities. And there are other things, keeping the guns locked and making sure that kids can't get access to them. These are the kinds of things I think are just gun sense. And I'm certainly going to work on this. And I don't think there's a one-size-fits-all approach here, but I think those are some of the steps that can be taken now.